connection of consciousness. Swimming in our own seas in saltwater bubbles, or following the breeze, dandelion seeds, flying above the ground with a desire to be grounded. Hopeless to the forces of a universe we could not control, we cried together under bleeding skies as the sun ripped through the unsettled scar of the cyclical wound, following the path of fireballs and icy moons. Eating and drinking our ways through oblivion, weeping for the lost which could only be appreciated in the absence, the empty gaps which we were all too comfortable in. Walking through cities drunk and hiccuping our monologues of sorrow and ecstasy, sharing in the joy of love and spring, and then again in the sadness of empty winters, when the cold cracked our nostrils and forced them to purge mucus down our lips and chins as we cried and fell into each other's warmth, playing a more serious game of trust. Through our journey to the truth and our flight from it, crashing into the walls of buildings and stumbling away with headaches, stricken with fear, we moved like machines when instinct took over. Bones and bodies broken and healed like dreams that die only for new ones to be born. We were screaming with frustration and spitting fire at the wind with words that were all but meaningful. Back then we could not speak for ourselves. We whispered from the shades in between the darkest shadows and the brightest lights. Discouraged, we laid abandoned on the train tracks and wept because we gave ourselves the illusion that we were alone in feeling lonesome. Then change fell like a bomb and blasted us apart, and we were all lit on fire by passion, fiery bodies in a blazing world. One, for the first time, we sat and listened to others, and together we explored the darkness in our hearts. We had yearned for the connection that words could not spell, feeling vibrations that made our hearts swell, a sudden pull back down to earth that brought us to the truth, which bellowed with a forceful but familiar sound. Finally, our feet had touched the ground, parting with the past and focused on the now. Still naive and young, the future like a raindrop falling to our tongues.